In this recording, we will look at the OPEX requisition process. We will log in as a specific user. As you will see, there are no pending tasks breakdown or tasks completed at the moment. So we're going to start a new process under the EBS for procurement. All process groups can be accessed in this window, and we will access EBS for procurement. Under EBS for procurement, we're going to use the operational expenditure. And we're going to capture the OPEX requisition process. Files can be viewed from this section or attachments. For budget details, we will put in an example for maybe computer system maintenance, and it will pull through relevant information from the database. In example, the control number, the GL code connected to this account, the available budget, and the allocated budget. For requisition details, a motivation for the required expense is a compulsory field. So let us just put in an example here. Monitor needs to be repaired. For the quotation details, when we add only one field or one row for a quote, there's another field that is then required, the reason for only one quote. If we add more than one quote, that will disappear. So for this example, we're only going to use one. Let's just put in PC monitor repair. The supplier. Let's take an example of a couple of PC monitor repairs that might take place. So I just want to show you an example of if we go over the available budget or under it. So let's put in a cost of 140,000, and in this case it will show the difference of 10,000 Rand. So we're just going to enter an amount here, and it will show the difference in black. Then attach a quote. We will attach a sample document and then send this request for approval, and I want to show you what the mandatory field does. Reason for only one quote is a required field. So you can either click there and it will take you directly to that field, and we can now send it for approval. This task has been completed, and the next person to act on this task that it was assigned to is Jenny Clarkson. So when Jenny Clarkson logs into her FlowCentric account, she will then see some pending tasks that need her attention. She can access it here, from there, or from pending tasks. As you can see, it's a new task that's been assigned to her and that hasn't been read yet. So the requisition approval for 20039 has been received from Wattsmith. She accesses the task. She can add additional process notes. And it will insert the note plus who posted it, which day and time. The branch history can also be accessed, and everything is then accessible from here for the next user to look at. There's details inserted from the first activity. There's the motivational, monitor needs to be repaired. It's a preferred supplier, that's why there's only one supplier. And they have made provision for other comments. She can either then approve or decline this request. So let's go ahead and approve this. The task has been completed by Jenny Clarkson, and the requisition approval has been sent to Ian Smith, who is the next person in the approval process. So as Ian Smith logs in, he will then access his pending tasks, and it's been received from Jenny Clarkson, and he can also view all the necessary information needed to approve or decline this request. Ian Smith can also access any process notes that's been inserted during the flow of the process and view different information. So let's go ahead and approve this. Now the task has been completed, it's been assigned to Rudy Johnson, and the approved requisition notifications also been sent to Watt Smith. So if we log in as Rudy Johnson, you will see that he's under his pending tasks, but I want to show you how to track this. So we will first log in as the first user who started this process, and they can then track the process they started to see how far the approval process has continued. So let's access this. In this case, you can see requisition approved is pending to Rudy Johnson, and he can also access the approval there. And the history of this transaction or process can be accessed from this section here. And more additional notes can be inserted here as well. And the process diagram is accessible. As you can see, these are pending tasks that still need attention. So let us first go to Rudy Johnson. Here's some overdue tasks and some other pending tasks. You can now access any process notes that was inserted, and you can acknowledge this approval. And this task has been completed, and the process has been updated and will be archived once all pending activities has been completed. So as Watt Smith then logs in and attends to his pending tasks, it's been approved. There's some comments. The history can be accessed right through the process. The notes can be viewed, and he can acknowledge that he has received the approval. This process has now been completed and subsequently archived. So The actual process is now available in the archived section. Let us access this. There are no pending tasks at the top. The progress diagram shows that it's been completed. And that gives us an overview and an example of the OPEX requisition process.